Hey everyone, my name is Dillon Gonzalez. I'm the editorial director of GeekVibesNation.com and also a co-host of the Home Dance Film Festival podcast. And welcome to a brand new episode of No Streaming Required, your weekly deep dive into all the latest and greatest in the world of physical media. We have a unique episode for you this week. I'm still going to be covering a few new releases, but I'm doing something a little different than I usually do. I'm going to do a deep dive into one of my favorite modern distributors, that is A24. They, in the past decade or so, they've really developed into one of the most exciting creative forces in the movie landscape. Most of my favorite movies over that time has been released from A24, and for those who don't know, their physical media game is kind of all over the place. It's usually released by Lionsgate, but in recent years they've taken to releasing some very special movies directly through the A24 website. And I have almost the entire collection that they've released to date. I'm missing one, and that is before they kind of rebranded and started doing what they're doing now. I'm missing Cretia from Treya Edward Schultz, which was released, I think, back in like 2016. It's always sold out on the website. If it ever comes back in stock, someone let me know because I need to get it. But all the other 15 that they've released in the last couple of years, I have, and I'm going to show all of them off. I'm not going to go so much into the story of any of these. This is really more about the packaging and special features and stuff, but there's a lot of really cool titles, some of the most exciting titles over the past few years, and from the past, as you'll see, that I'm sure you'll really like digging into. So I'm just going to start off with the latest movie, the new release of the bunch, that is this year's release of I Saw the TV Glow from Jane Schoenbrunn. And I have to give a shout out, if you do want to have a really great analysis of this movie, my beloved editor who allows me to seem what a little bit of intelligent that I do sound, Fritz Couture wrote a review for us at GeekVibesNation.com that is very in-depth and gives a great kind of context to this movie that you will want to check out. So I will link that in the episode description, but definitely check out their review because I think it is very worthwhile. It's one of my favorite pieces I've edited this year. So this is one of the few releases that is a Blu-ray only release. Most A24 releases do have a 4K counterpart. So it was a little bit disappointing to not have this on 4K, but it still looks very nice. It comes with a audio commentary track from Jane Schoenbrunn and actor Bridget Lundy-Payne. And there's also a featurette on like kind of the music of the movie, and then there's also some deleted scenes that were not included in the movie, which are pretty cool. Blu-ray presentation looks great. Dolby Atmos really rocks. One of the most interesting kind of horror movies to come out this year. So I Saw the TV Glow. It's the latest one released by A24, and it's very much worth picking up. Another more recent release, I believe the one preceding I Saw the TV Glow, is The Zone of Interest on 4K Ultra HD. You can kind of see that designation down there. This is our Oscar winner for Best International Feature this year, from Jonathan Glazer. Very unusual and very upsetting look at the Holocaust and the events at Auschwitz. So you got most of these standard releases, and I'll kind of get into this. I'm showing you all of the normal sized releases that are coming in this packaging. They usually come with postcards, but here, after we get through these first 9, you'll see how things change, and I'll kind of talk more about that in just a little bit. So this is 4K in Dolby Vision, or in HDR10 with Dolby Atmos, and a making of featurette and a short film with one of the inspirations, or like real life survivors that inspired this movie. And so it's some great special features. Dolby Atmos. This won the Oscar for sound, so you want really great audio. And the HDR10, it works very nice. It's like kind of has almost like a seeing through the window type effect. Really great presentation, and nice release of the zone of interest. Another Blu-ray only release. I believe there's like one more Blu-ray only release after this. Aftersun. It is one of my favorites from the past couple years. Paul Mescal was nominated for Best Actor at the Oscars. It was kind of a surprise, but it was a really good surprise. There's without the disc. Great father-daughter tale reminiscence. This has DTS 5.1 sound and a audio commentary track from the director Charlotte Wells. So here, some nice postcards. I believe there's one more here. And so people should already be well aware of Paul Mescal. He's going to be in the upcoming Gladiator sequel this fall, but so far, Aftersun is one of my favorite performances from him, and I'm glad to have this on Blu-ray for sure. One that I was surprised got a 4K release, but I was so thrilled because it kind of made me realize anything could be released on 4K here. Showing Up from Kelly Reichardt, who is such a deserving filmmaker for 4K, but she isn't the first one who would pop out because she's so understated and just like very gentle. This is a Michelle Williams movie. Also Hong Chow is in here, and it's just a very simple tale about an artist, and it's very low key, but has some great visuals. I like that the postcards show off some of the artwork that is featured in the film. So you get all of those. This one does come with a commentary track from Reichardt and her director of photography. You also get a couple of shorts that go into some of the artistic processes that Reichardt had filmed. So this does have Dolby Vision, looks fantastic. Dolby Atmos, which is such a gentle tale that you are like might be like, is Dolby Atmos overkill? Not really, because you really feel like you are in this world with just like kind of the gentle sounds of nature surrounding you. It works very well. So Showing Up was definitely one that I was like jumping for joy when it was released on 4K. It's also a really nice gem of a movie. So these next movies, I'll admit, whenever I first saw the first one in movie theaters, I was kind of bored by it. But then I watched it again, and I kind of got I found respect for this, and then I watched the sequel, and it was really good. That is The Souvenir Part 1 and 2 from director Joanna Hogg. So these films, they take a little bit of patience, but I think they are rewarding once you kind of know what you're getting into and kind of give yourself over to kind of this meditative tale. You have these two movies on 2 discs, and I will kind of show off the interesting package you have here. So you got a nice booklet here, and lots of great writing and photos and all kinds of extra context added here. If you want to take a look without the disc, that's what it looks like here, all unfolded. This is the last, I believe, Blu-ray only release from the label. So you got the two films on Blu-ray. You have a commentary track for each film from Joanna Hogg. You have a making of featurette and a short film. Really nice 2-film release. I hope a similar box set is coming for the Ty West trilogy of X, Maxine, and Pearl in 4K, hopefully. So fingers crossed for that. But yeah, interesting pair of movies. And worth checking out. One that I was more immediately in love with, it's one of the most charming movies A24 has released to date. That is Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. So this is a 4K release, kind of like Showing Up, where people may not have like immediately expected this to get a 4K release, but was so glad it did. This is one of the few family-friendly tales from A24. Just like a talking shell, voiced by Jenny Slate. It's charming as all get out. You do get this in Dolby Vision with Dolby Atmos. The Atmos sounds great. You also get a commentary track. You get a making of featurette, and you do get all the original online shorts that inspired this film. And that's kind of one of the most exciting aspects for me, just to have these YouTube shorts that got popular on physical media, so you always have them in your collection. And it's just a great value to see where these shorts started off compared to what we got with this feature film. You get a really nice thick booklet similar to the Souvenir. Lots of great stuff in here. There you go. Kind of get a nice selection of stuff in here, in addition to all the on-disc special features. So really glad that this really charming film got released on 4K. It looks very nice. The Dolby Atmos sounds great. So if you need just a little shot of joy in your life, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On will do it for you. Look at that cute little shell. Like, you gotta love Marcel. Heading into the realm of folk horror, which is not the last time we'll visit that realm, we had the 4K release of Lamb with Noomi Rapace. So I won't, as with most of these, I'm trying not to ruin kind of the some of the more surprising elements of these films, but just go into this one as blindly as possible and just see what you have, what reveals itself. There's without the disc. So, and you have the booklet here. Great drawings and photos and words. So, for this one, yes, you get Dolby Vision and DTS 5.1 sound. Dolby Vision looks fantastic, especially with the landscapes featured in this film. The locales look very beautiful. 5.1 sound is great. You get some deleted scenes. You get a look at the VFX reel and some short films as well. So very much worth checking out. And in 4K, in my opinion, but the Blu-ray, I'm sure, also looks good if you're not 4K capable. Heading to my last new release in this type of packaging, we have Love Lies Bleeding, the Rose Glass follow-up to Saint Maud, with Kristen Stewart, Ed Harris, and a great talented cast as well. So you got photo cards, Dave Franco, just bodybuilding, body horror, muscle mommies doing stuff, crime dramas. You get a little bit of it all here. It's a wild movie, and I really loved this in Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. It's a visual treat. Sonically, you have a great soundtrack and just a lot of nuances that you will want to see in the best format possible. You also have Katie O'Brien doing like a kind of a star-making role here. She's fantastic in this movie. So in addition to the great audiovisual quality, you have a commentary track from Rose Glass, a couple of featurettes, and some behind-the-scenes photographs and stuff. So This one was also from this year. Like I Saw the TV Glow, one of the standouts of the year, and very much worth checking out. So my last one in this standard size packaging, which I'll get into this now, is Pi. So Pi is the first restoration that I'm talking about. This is a 4K restoration on 4K in Dolby Vision with new Dolby Atmos audio. This is from Darren Aronofsky. It was his very ambitious debut film, and it still holds up really well all these years later. This restoration is lovely. It was touring, I believe, earlier this year in theaters before its physical release. I didn't get to see this in theaters, but the new 4K restoration on disc is quite a treat. And the Dolby Atmos is fantastic, especially kind of for the paranoia feel that you have here. You get some writing on the back here as well. It works very well for this. You get 2 commentary tracks, one from Aronofsky and one from the writer and star of the movie, or co-writer and star of the movie. And then a couple of vintage featurettes and behind the scenes stuff, music videos, deleted scenes, all that kind of stuff. So this was never released on Blu-ray. So it got a Blu-ray and a 4K release, available separately. This is the 4K release. So I mentioned that specifically because so far the pattern seems to be if they are released in a smaller normal size packaging like this, that is because it has never been released in HD in any form before. So A24 has typically put these in a normal size packaging. If they have been released on Blu-ray or even 4K before, you get something a little bit extra to try to entice you into this world. So I'm going to go from one 4K restoration to another that has been released on Blu-ray before, but has now been newly released on Blu-ray and 4K. This is the 4K Ultra HD debut of Jonathan Demme's iconic concert, Stop Making Sense. So I'm sitting a little bit back further than usual because I need that space to take up how big these packages are. So here's the normal size compared to this. So quite a bit bigger. But they make good use of this. So this is Talking Heads. I don't have to explain them. One of the best bands ever. And they're one of the best concert films ever. So newly restored. In this, you have great packaging here. All kinds of beautiful photographs and like notes and all kinds of stuff in here. Just fantastic reproductions and all that kind of stuff. So in addition to just this beautiful packaging, you get the film in Dolby Vision with Dolby Atmos or the DTS or the original stereo audio. You get a Jonathan Demme commentary track, you get a making of featurette, you get bonus songs, some good special features, and just this iconic concert film restored meticulously, looking fantastic. Had people dancing in the aisles when it was touring in theaters last fall, and it is finally looking its best in 4K. Also available on Blu-ray restored, but 4K I think is the way to go personally. But either way, great release from A24. The next newer movie, late 2010s release of The Last Black Man in San Francisco. This has the now unfortunately problematic Jonathan Majors in his kind of like breakout role, but you also have other talented people in this as well. So this was previously released on Blu-ray through Lionsgate, but this is like a new 4K disc that was released a couple years ago. It was, I think, the second big kind of release like this after their initial one, which I'll talk about in a few seconds. So lots of great stuff within the packaging. But even if you have that Blu-ray, it is worth picking up for the 4K upgrade. And you have Dolby Vision and DTS 5.1 audio. You have special features including a commentary track, some deleted scenes, trailers, the original Kickstarter video. This is a really special movie, and so if you haven't seen it before, check it out. I know these packages, especially the more kind of deluxe packages, they're a little bit more pricey than the standard packaging. So you might think it's a big monetary investment to go in blind. So check it out. I think you'll fall in love with the movie. But if you do love it, the 4K release is fantastic and very much worth checking out. The first release where you're really going to have to dig deep, like internally, to know if you're what you're willing to upgrade on. If you already own this, is the 4K release of The Green Knight from David Lowery. This stars Dev Patel, kind of an Arthurian tale. Really, just lush packaging. This is impeccable. And I say you'll have to do some internal searching because this has already been released on 4K through Lionsgate, which I have reviewed for the site as well. And I've reviewed this new one for Geek Vibes Nation. So I was unsure if I would even upgrade after having the Lionsgate release because it looks fantastic. It has Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos audio. It's terrific. You get like the original tale, like the poem of the Green Knight in this, and a bunch of other great details in here. But I started to fall in line with these A24 packages so much, and then just all the extra details, and then you get some new special features as well. You get there's no overlap with the Lionsgate the Blu-ray or 4K release special features wise. So on this release, exclusively, you get a commentary track from David Lowery. You get a all new short, which is about 20 minutes long, that kind of ties into The Green Knight, which you'll not want to pass up. It has Jackie Earle Haley in it from Watchmen. You get a lot of deleted scenes, numerous featurettes, including a 65-minute making of documentary. So even if you have the Lionsgate 4K, you might be worth upgrading to the Green Knight 4K for A24. If you're an Uber fan, definitely. But it's I know it's a big investment if you look at the price tag, but it's worth it just to have, for me, a complete collection, and just for this movie to have the most ornate packaging and stuff. I love all aspects of physical media. I love the on-disc stuff, but I also love it as kind of a collectible and a piece of art. And just like I said, that short film especially is really great for me, and the commentary track, all of it. I need it all. The next one that is kind of like that, but in a different way, less immediately available to U.S. customers, is the Lighthouse. This has been released on Blu-ray before from Lionsgate. This has also been released on 4K overseas before from Era Video, right around the same time this came out from A24. At the time it came out, I wasn't completely decided on if I was going to stick with this line and get every single release. Money can only flow so much. Do I invest in all of these, or do I stick with the A24 package, which I had pre-ordered and purchased that? And I love my Era Video 4K version. It's a much smaller package. It has a lot of great special features that you will not find on here, but this one also has special features you will not find on that one. So if I want to have everything, I got to have both releases. And so I did get this one to complete my collection. This looks great in Dolby Vision. You get 5.10 audio. It has a commentary track from director Robert Eggers, deleted scenes, a making of featurette, and a couple other different types of featurettes. that if you're a fan of Robert Eggers, which he has Nosferatu coming up at the end of the year, if you just want to get in that mindset, pick up this. I'm really hoping The Witch gets afforded this, his debut gets afforded this type of packaging, because I only have it on Blu-ray right now. And The Northman is already out on 4K from Universal. It's not an A24 film, so just pick up the whole Robert Eggers filmography, and I think you'll be very happy. Speaking of filmmakers I really love, whose other work I do hope come to this line, you have Ari Aster's Midsommar, the director's cut. This was the first release in kind of the new round of A24 exclusives after Krisha. This kind of kicked it off in grand fashion. And this is exactly what I'd kind of been wanting. I had wanted a 4K release of Midsommar. I had avoided picking up the Lionsgate Blu-ray, despite my intense love for the movie. It is one of my favorite movies from the year it came out. Look at this insane packaging. It is just a film I hold very dear to my heart, and I love it, and I love Ari Aster's work. If Hereditary does not get this type of packaging soon, I will flip. I have my Hereditary shirt on for this. The one thing I was slightly disappointed by is this is only the director's cut. It is the only way to get the director's cut domestically. I do love the director's cut. I would have also wished the theatrical cut had been included, but unfortunately that was not possible, or it didn't happen. But I love this. Seeing this in Dolby Vision with DTS 5.1 sounds great. Looks fantastic. Just the very bright, colorful environment. It was made for 4K, so I really needed this in 4K. Unfortunately, unlike a lot of the other releases, this has no other special features besides just being an exclusive cut of the movie and in 4K. But you have the deluxe packaging, you have some writing on it, like you have some inset like packaging special features, but no on-disc special features. But Midsommar, one of my favorite horror movies. It's a folk horror movie, and over the past few years, and it's fantastic. Great release. Bring on Beau is Afraid and Hereditary as soon as possible. The final release, wrapping up the current slate, sans Krisha, is I wanted to end with a big one, and if the biggest one for A24 has to be their Best Picture winner, Everything Everywhere All at Once. So yes, just a mere 2 years ago, we had Everything Everywhere All at Once winning Best Picture, Michelle Yeoh winning Best Actress, Ki Kwan getting Best Supporting Actor, Jamie Lee Curtis getting Best Supporting Actress, all kinds of stuff going on here. And this is another one where a 4K was released from Lionsgate. So why pick this one up? There's so much stuff in here that I will probably like kind of just spill it all out if I get, but there's like reproductions of like notes and stuff from the movie, all kinds of like really cool, interesting things, like reproductions of like tax documents and stuff like that are featured in the movie, all kinds of stuff like that in here. A really cool kind of booklet thing here, getting different versions of our characters. Just really went above and beyond with this packaging. You get just so much in here. And in addition to just the packaging, you do get some special stuff on the disc as well. And in addition to the film being in Dolby Vision, in Dolby Atmos, fantastic 4K presentation, just like the Lionsgate release. But on this disc, you get 2 commentary tracks, one of which is exclusive to this one, 2 mini documentaries, one on the special effects, one on the composer's Sun Lux, who I love Sun Lux, I've seen them in concert before. They're great. And almost most importantly to me, there are two early short films from the Daniels in this. And the Daniels, they are one of my favorites. Their short films are as insane as Everything Everywhere, and they're so much fun. They're very funny. And I love having those on disc. You also get various other featurettes, some of which are on the Lionsgate disc, some of which are not, and some of which are some stuff on Lionsgate disc is exclusive to that one. So I'll still be hanging on to my Lionsgate disc. Everything Everywhere All at Once is definitely a fantastic release, and very much worth picking up if you're a super fan of the movie and the Daniels. There are so many other movies that I want released on this line. We were just talking about the Daniels. I would die if Swiss Army Man was released. I've been waiting for it. Eighth Grade is one of my all-time favorite movies. I have such a special place for that in my heart. Just so many releases that I would kill to have on this line, and I'm going to keep patiently waiting for them. Every release, I'm so excited to see what they put out. It's very sporadic when they put stuff out, but if you subscribe to the A24 mailing list, you will get it into your inbox, and you will know whenever these new releases drop. And once they are announced, they're usually shipping out within a couple days, so you can just purchase and get it almost instant gratification. These are great. Like I said, they are exclusive to the A24 shop with some caveats. There are certain indie retailers that you can occasionally find some of these at, like Diabolic and stuff, but primarily you're going to be finding these at A24 the quickest. And if you subscribe to their kind of AAA 24 like subscription service, like a monthly subscription service, costs a little bit of money. It's like $7 or so, but you can get a pretty nice discount on some of these titles and like some really cool extras throughout the year and stuff. If you're interested in that and you're trying to save a little bit of scratch, if you're buying a bunch of these at once, it would maybe even be worth it to subscribe to that, buy a bunch of these at once, and then like cancel the next month if you're just trying to save a little bit of money. But I love A24. I love that they're doing stuff themselves and putting a lot of care into all these packages. A lot of these films might not make sense to be released widely, like on 4K, but if they can keep their kind of numbers that make sense for them internally, keeps releasing stuff and in such good quality, I'm so excited for just whatever they have on deck. Let me know what title you're most excited about, what you want to see the label put out in the future. Share this with anyone who you know loves A24. Just comment, subscribe to Geek Vibes. We do this every week. Usually it's an array of new releases, but occasionally I'll do specific label release videos like this one. I appreciate you taking time to watch this. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back again next week, but until next time, enjoy these movies.